Hello students, today we are going to see this new chapter which is known as importing C++ program in Python. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to learn about what is wrapping, and you can see that we are going to learn about the to understand about the ability of importing function and classes into a Python program, creating environment to work with both languages and executing and debugging Python program. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about using or importing the files or header files from the C++ program to Python program. Okay, so first of all we'll get into the introduction. uh, Python and C++ are a great are a general purpose programming language. However, Python is quite different from C++. We'll see the difference here. Python is typically an interpreted language, whereas is a compiled language. Python is a dynamic typed language, but C++ is a statically typed language. Data types is not required while declaring variables, but here in C++ we need the data type to be declared for variables. Uh, it can act both as a scripting language and general purpose language, but C++ here you can see that it only acts as a general purpose language. So we'll discuss about what is general purpose language and scripting language in a bit of while. Okay. So yet these two languages complement one another perfectly. Python is mostly used as a scripting language or glue language. Okay. This is the top level program mostly called routine, written in C or C++. This is usually when the this is useful when the logic can be written in terms of exiting codes. For example, a program written in C++, but can be called as manipulated through Python program. Okay, so you can see that this is known as glue language, which is the program which is created in C++ or C is executed through program Python program. Next is scripting language. So scripting language is a program language designed for integrating and communicating with other programming language. Some of the widely used scripting languages are JavaScript, VBScript, PHP, Perl, Python, Ruby, ASP means active server page. So this is for web page development. Okay, ASP and TCL. Okay. Since a scripting language is normally used in conjunction with another programming language, they are often found uh, alongside between HTML, Java, or C++. Okay, so most of the scripting language will be found along with HTML or Java or C++. Okay, difference between scripting and programming languages. So scripting language and programming language looks like this following picture. Okay, so they are you can see that they are the same word, but it looks different with the perspective. So when you use the scripting language in a in a general purpose area, then it will act as a uh, general purpose programming language. When you use the same language in a scripting area, then it is known as scripting programming language. Okay. So you can see that basically all the scripting languages or programming language, the theoretical difference between the two are that scripting language do not requires compilation step and rather than interpreter. For example, normally a C++ program needs to be compiled before running, whereas a scripting languages like JavaScript or Python no need to be compiled. A scripting language requires an interpreter, while a programming language requires a compiler. Uh, uh, a given language can be called a scripting language depending on the environment they are put into use. Applications of scripting language to automate certain tasks in a program, extract information from a data set. Less code intensive, less code intensive, or compared to traditional programming language, can bring new functions to application and glue complex system together. Okay, so these are all the applications of scripting language. Python actually is actually an interpreted high level general purpose programming language. They can be used in any modern computer operating system. It can be used for processing text, numbers, image, scientific data, and just about anything else you might save in your computer. Nowadays, larger applications are written almost uh, exclusively in Python. Features of Python over C++. Python uses automatic garbage collection while C++ does not. C++ is a statically typed language where Python is a dynamic typed language. Python runs through an interpreter while C++ is pre-compiled. Python code tends to be 5 to 10 times shorter than the uh, written than the program in C++. In Python, a function may accept an argument of any type and return multiple values without any kind of declaration beforehand, whereas C++ return statement and can return only one value. Mm. Next is Python deletes unwanted objects, a built-in types and class instance automatically to free the memory space. So this is known as garbage collection. Okay. So the process by which Python periodically frees and reclaims block of memory that no longer uh, in use is called garbage collection. Importing C++ file in Python. Python is a software. Okay. So importing C++ program in a Python program is called wrapping up of C++ in Python. So we have seen wrapping in the last previous year itself. Okay, wrapping means hiding of some data by using another data. Okay, so it's like covering a chocolate with a chocolate paper. Okay, so here you can see that wrapping or creating Python interface uh, interface for C++. Interface means connection. Okay, so Python interface for C++ program is done in many ways. The commonly used interface are Python C API. API means application program interface for integration with the C program. C types for interface with the C program. Uh, SWIG, simplified wrapping interface generator between both C and C++. Python is both Python like languages for written C extension. Boost Python framework. MinWG, sorry, MinGW, minimalistic GNU for Windows. So we are going to use this MinGW for compiling or using C++ program in uh, Python program. So MinGW refers to a set of runtime header file used in compiling and linking the code of C and C++ and Fortran to be run on Windows operating system. So this is basically a header or header file or subroutine that can compile and link the code of C++ and Fortran to the Windows operating system. Executing C, you can see that there are so many versions of MinGW, but the best Windows 64 W64 version is the best compiler for C++ on Windows. And you can see that Python program contains C++ code can be executed only through this uh, MinGW W64 project. And you can see that in annexes 3 at the end of the book you can see this how to install this WinGW WinGW in your computer. Executing C++ program through Python. Double click the run terminal of WinGW. Go to the folder where the Python software is located. In example for in this example, Python folder is located in C program files, OpenOffice for Python. Okay, so Python is located in this following folder, so you have to move to that folder by using cd. Cd is a change directory command in terminal. Okay, in any terminal language you can see that cd is change directory. In this example we are going to go example to go to this folder where Python is located. We should type the following command cd. Cd means change directory. See the highlighted area in the above window. Consider the uh, example pycpp dot py is the Python program which will read the C++ program pali.cpp. The pali.cpp program accepts a number and display whether it is a palindrome or not. For example, the entered input is 232. The output will display palindrome. The C++ program pali is typed in a notepad and saved as pali.cpp. Same way the Python program pycpp.py code is also typed in notepad and saved as pycpp.py. So to execute our program, double click the run terminal, change the path to Python folder location. The syntax to execute the Python program is python file name dot py hyphen I and C++. Okay, this is known as Angular brackets. So C++ file name without CPP extension. Okay, so Python is the keyword to execute Python program from command line, and file name, this is the file name of a Python program, and hyphen I is the input mode. CPP file name without C++ file name without C++ extension. Okay, so name of C++ file to be compiled and executed by this min gw. Okay, so for example, typing python pycpp dot py hyphen I pally is the command prompt, and press enter. If the compilation is successful, you can get the desired output. Otherwise the error will be displayed like this. Okay, so in the execution command, the input file does not require its extension. For example, pally instead of pally.cpp. Now let us see the execution through our example. uh, the two programs are stored in a folder c slash pyprg. If the program is not located in the same location where the Python executable file is there, then the complete path must be specified from the first file during execution. The output is displayed below. So you have to give, if the both the program is not located in the same location, then you have to give the full path of the location. Okay, so like this the given below. Okay, so here you can see that uh, is, py.cpp.py is located uh, in a folder, uh, but if it is the pal.cpp is not present in the same folder, then you have to give the full path of it like this. So here you can see that it is executed, and it's working properly here. Okay, enter a positive number. The reverse is 232, and it is a palindrome. Okay, with this it is getting executed, and you can see that it is executed again for another output 234, but the reverse is not the same, so it is entering the number is not a palindrome. Okay, so mhm. So here you can see that Python program to import uh, C++ program. Python contains many modules for programming. Python allows uh, for a problem. Python allows programmers uh, to have a flexible in to have the flexibility in using different models as per their convenience. The Python program, the program what has to be written contains a few new commands which we have not come across in basic Python program. Since our program is an integration of two different programming language, we have to import the module like OS, sys, and get ops. So these are all the keywords which are used to import header files from other programming language or other operating system. Okay, so modular programming is a software design techniques to split our code into separate parts. This part is these parts are called modules. The focus for this separation should have modules uh, should have separation should have modules with no or just a few dependency upon other modules. In other words, minimizing of different dependency is the dependencies is the goal. So, but however, we have to create a how do we create a module in Python? Python refers to the file containing Python statements and definition. A file containing Python code, for example, fractional.py is called module, and its module name would be fractional. We use modules to break down larger program into a smaller, manageable, and organized file. Furthermore, modules provide reusability of code. We can define our most used functions in a module and import it instead of copying their de- definition and into a different program. How to import modules in a Python program? So we can import the definition inside a module to another module with the use of import key to do this. So to import our previously defined module fraction, we have to type the following. Okay, so import fraction. Use the module name and can access the functions definition inside the module. The dot operator is used. Okay, so if you want to use the function which is inside the module, then you have to use the dot operator, which is normally used in Python. The syntax for accessing the function for the module is module name dot function name. For example, fraction dot fact file. So it is clearly given in this partition. So Python sys module. So this module provides access to some variables used by the interpreter and to the functions that interact strongly with the interpreter. So sys.argv means argument. Sys.argv is a list of command line arguments passed to the Python program. Argv contains mm, all the items that come along via the command line input. It's basically an array holding the command line argument for the program. Hmm. To use sys.argv argument, you will first have to import sys. The first argument sys.argv of 0 is always the same the program as it would invoke. Okay, so sys.argv1 is the first argument you pass to the program. So sys dot Python's OS module. So this OS module uh, used to import operating system dependencies. Okay, So we'll see that OS module in Python provides a way to use operating system dependent functionalities. The functions the functions that the OS module allows you to interact with the Windows operating system where Python is running on. OS.system is a function that executes the C++ compiling commands in the is a string containing Unix command and a C command which is also supports C++ command. Is a shell in a shell programming. Okay, so it's a shell programming which contains a programming language with the code of another programming language. So for example, to compile C++ program, G++ compile should be invoked to do so the following commands is used. os.sys G++ plus variable name mode and variable name 2. Okay, so which mode we are compiling the C++ program in Python should be given here. So the mode is specified here at the below. O means output mode. Okay, I means input mode. So here you can see that Python getops mode. So this get opt mode of Python helps you to parse or split command line option and arguments. Okay, so this mode provides two functions to enable command line argument parsing. Okay, so getop dot getop method. So argv means arguments, option means option or mode. Okay, high mode or o mode followed by colon with the long option. Okay, if you are using any parameter here, then you have to give the parameter with the full path of the parameter. Okay, so here they have given one example. Next you can see that some more commands of wrapping C++ code here. You can see that if name is equal to main, then main is the sys dot argument dot one here. Okay, so this kind of comparing with the name of C++ program in Python program can be given in this topic. So with this we'll finish the class today. We'll see the Python program executed C++ program using control statement in the next class. Thank you, students.